So recently, as most of you know, I came under fire from someone who questioned, why do I do what I do? Why do I make videos that cater to a certain furry crowd? We all know the ones I'm talking about. The Why series for one, the Why Vor video, the Why Pause video, Why Mask, and Why Diapers. Why do I, VitoFox, a 30-year-old man, talk about naughty furry stuff? I mean, it's almost like I'm a gay adult in a fandom that's mostly not safe for work, but let's really talk about this. Hey guys, Blazie here, and welcome to another video. This time, I want to talk about the more weirder videos I've done and why I do them. Why do I talk about them, and why do I post such videos to a platform that has kids on them? La gasp! How terrible of me to do. It's almost like I don't have control of random kids that aren't being monitored when their parents should know by now. YouTube is full of very random things and some of the most disgusting things on the planet, like Logan Paul. So me having to watch what I say and post is just kind of bizarre to me. AA advertising to kids? Sure, out of the 700 plus videos I've done, I've made videos for young furs. Maybe like 5 or 10 talking about when to get your first kind of fursuit and all that kind of stuff, which has absolutely changed over time. But again, 5 or 10 videos out of the 700 plus videos I have made. As long as it follows the YouTube guidelines, I don't see the problem. So why do I talk about these subjects? So why do I talk about these subjects? Because I don't know. I don't really know why. I mean, again, I have uploaded 700 videos at this point, and when you've done that many videos, trust me, you try and find new things to talk about, and kinks just so happen to be one of them. But then a big part of the why videos is explaining to people why these things exist, and I kind of love exploring that. I'm generally fascinated by how people get into certain fetishes and why not others. Or there's people who like paws, for example, but only if they're clean. But then there are those who love them if all sweaty and dirty, and it's like, why? Why the different ways of liking it? Why are people so different? And I like to try and find the root of that answer because it just fascinates me. Because that ends up kind of being a thing with, say, roleplay, for example. When you're roleplaying with someone and then they like paws, but then they don't like this sort of thing with paws, but then someone else will like those sort of things with paws, and it's just I don't know what to do. One of the big ones I do not have a problem with, and people need to stop shaming it so hard for the reason I'm going to get into. Diapers. Diaper furries, and so on. For one, diapers do not have to be an adult baby situation, which everyone generally thinks it is, which no, it's not. There's many reasons why people are into it, but yeah, just go watch my Why Diapers video for that explanation if you are that curious about it. I'm bringing it up because I want to talk about one aspect of it. Those who have no choice in wearing diapers. This is one of those things that oh, that explains why you're into it, and why people need to calm down on the shaming, because you're doing more harm than good, without understanding. There are those who have bladder or bowel or both problems and cannot control it, so they need to wear diapers. So what do they do about it then? They turn it into something fun, something naughty, so then they can get some kind of enjoyment out of something that is kind of horrible to have. Are you gonna sit there and tell me that's a bad thing just because you're just a little bit grossed out by it? Obviously this isn't the case for everyone, I'm not saying that at all, but there are some who do it like this, and you know what? That's fine by me. That's amazing that you found enjoyment out of something that is awful to have. So I like the idea of spreading that information out there in the world, that there are reasons why people are into these things. Musk, for example, could be a comfort kind of thing of being able to smell your partner, you know? It could be that kind of comfort. And some people really need that comfort, you know? So don't shame them for that. Like I talked about in the Why Vor videos, there was a character from Power Rangers who did Vor, and I used to wet that tape out a lot. Never understanding why until I was old enough to understand Vor, but like, still, why did I like it? Because I was fascinated by it. It's as simple as that. I always wondered, what does that feel like? I've always questioned that kind of stuff when it comes to like Vor and such. Is how does that feel like? What an interesting way to die. What an interesting way to go out. Like how does that feel? You know, like when you watch, like, I don't know, like a King Kong or Godzilla and he eats someone whole. Like, how does that feel? Are they just, like, for the next hour or so of the movie or whatnot, are they just, like, inside his stomach or just bouncing around as he walks around, you know? It intrigues me. It intrigues me so much. I have issues.
Help me.
And as I got older, I started questioning it when I started seeing it in furry art. And, you know, very specific ways. And, well, here I am today, a total weirdo. But why do I talk about them? Well, as I said, furry art. Vor is big in the furry fandom because it can be safe for work. So anyone can really get into it in their own ways. Much like inflation. Inflation is everywhere because it can be safe for work. So you'll see it in like the general kind of setting of like in videos where I have general, mature, and adult. You'll always see it in general because it can be safe for work. If you want it to be, because it's not always. And I like talking about furry subjects, and there are certain naughty things that are quite well known in the fandom and sometimes can only happen in the fandom. Maybe I should cover inflation someday. Let me know in the comments if you want me to. Look, essentially, why do I make these videos? Again, I'm fascinated by it, and I like to figure these things out. And I'm an adult, and the furry fandom is kind of known for this kind of stuff, and is a big part of this fandom. So I'm going to talk to my audience. Also, it's just fun to talk about, and I like fun, if you know what I mean, because I don't. And like, I'm just tired of not being myself. I'm tired of not having fun. This is the one thing I got going in my life, one thing where I do it weekly, and I want to have some fun with it. It gets exhausting, so sometimes I just want to talk about things that I either enjoy or can have some fun talking about. I don't enjoy everything I do talk about, but I have fun with it. It's not like I ever show anything nasty or go into graphic detail. Sometimes. So I don't really see what the problem is, especially when people say that I'm a bad light in the furry fandom, that I'm what's wrong with it. I'm sorry, but you're in a fandom that's predominantly not safe for work. But not only that, was built on it. Furry fandom came about because of like-minded people who enjoy animals in more ways than one. The godfather of manga, for example, all the way back then, Osamu Tezuka, was a furry who drew erotic artwork that he hid in a drawer. It has been around for a long time, drawing and detailing all these kind of erotic kind of anthro characters. But also the idea of living in a world full of them, which is the safe for work side of things. But the NSFW side was always the most prominent and still is to this day. It's just that nowadays we get a lot more younger furs coming into the fandom and kind of just yelling and screaming that it shouldn't be like this. And it's like, well, sorry, but that's what it is. And we shouldn't have to cater to you, but just because you decided that you don't like it. I am absolutely all for younger furs. Just people need to understand that this is what the fandom is. It just is. So why do I do these naughty furry videos? Because I'm a furry. It's kind of a thing. I don't like denying that side exists. I don't like saying it's only a small handful of the fandom. No, it's the biggest part of it. And that's okay. So guys, that's the end of this video. Hope I cleared things up or just confused you more. I'm sorry, I like to wed. You guys know this. I don't know, but it's content, isn't it? That's also one of the answers for this. It's just, it's content. You know, it gets views. Anyway, yeah, let me know what you thought down below. And don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel because I love you if you do. Hit that bell icon. And this fox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now.